Maria and welcome to SC Global News. From the Jubilee Mass led by Pope Leo XIV, which drew over 1 million of young people worldwide, to 36 Youth Festival in Medjugorje, which includes a week filled with prayer, testimonies and other spiritual activities, we have many stories to cover. At the Mass for the Jubilee of Young People held at Tor Vergata, Pope Leo XIV reminded the youth that Jesus is a hope and encouraged them to embark on a lifelong adventure with the Lord, who is gently knocking at the window of their souls. He urged them to let Jesus guide and enlighten them throughout their journey. Pope Leo XIV addressed the young people during the Mass for the Jubilee of Young People at Tor Vergata on August 3rd, reminding them that Jesus is our hope. He urged them to embark on an adventure with the Lord toward eternity as the Lord gently knocks at the window of their souls. He pointed out that the first reading from the book of Ecclesiastes calls us, like two disciples, to confront our limitations and reflect on the fleeting nature of all things that eventually pass away. He added, "We are not created for a life of complacency or stagnation, but for a journey constantly renewed by the gift of ourselves in love. This is why we are always longing for something greater, something no created thing can offer. We carry within us a deep burning thirst that nothing in this world can truly quench." The Holy Father asked the youth to open their hearts wide and allow the Lord to enter and set out on this adventure with him toward eternity. Like Saint Augustine's search for meaning, the pontiff acknowledged the young people at times ponder similar questions. Pope Leo reflected on the meaningful experiences shared by young people, noting that these moments reveal a deeper truth. The fullness of life is not found in what one accumulates or possesses, as the Gospel also affirms. Instead, he emphasized that true fulfillment lies in what is joyfully received and generously shared. Accumulating, hoarding, and consuming fall short. What is needed is a shift in the perspective, a lifting of the eye toward the things that are above. Pope Leo XIV recalled the words of Saint John Paul II spoken to young people in the same place during the World Youth Day in 2000. Quote, "It is he," the late Pope had said, "who stirs in you the desire to do something great with your lives, to commit to improving yourselves and society, making the world more human and more fraternal." End quote. After entrusting the young people to the care of the Blessed Mother, Pope Leo prayed that as they make their way home, they would continue to walk joyfully in the footsteps of the Savior, sharing their enthusiasm and the witness of their faith with all those they encounter. Catholic bishops from across Africa have gathered in Kigali, Rwanda for the 20th Plenary Assembly of SGCAM. The week-long summit focuses on the Church's role in shaping peace, reconciliation and sustainable development through 2050. With over 250 leaders in attendance, the event marks a significant milestone in African Catholic unity.
Catholic bishops from across Africa and Madagascar gathered in Kigali, Rwanda from July 30th to August 4th for the 20th Plenary Assembly of the Symposium of Episcopal Conferences of Africa and Madagascar, SGCAM, according to Vatican News. The conference themed Christ Our Hope, a synodal church at the service of reconciliation, justice and peace, sought to define the Catholic mission in Africa through 2050. The event drew over 250 participants, including clergy, laity, and representatives from global institutions. Organizers said the summit offered a platform to reflect on the socio-political challenges, regional conflicts, and the role of the ecclesial body in promoting healing and unity of the continent. Workshops and dialogue sessions focused on synodality, youth formation, and environmental responsibility. Pope Leo XIV sent a message commending SGCAM's efforts, encouraging leaders to remain messengers of peace and agents of transformation across the continent. Established in 1969, the continental body has united bishops across Africa under a shared mission. The 2025 gathering reaffirmed the Church's long-term commitment to building hope and restoration across diverse communities, according to Vatican News.
A Christian prayer house in West Sumatra was violently stormed on Sunday, July 27th, injuring 2 children in a distressing act of religious intolerance. Authorities have arrested multiple suspects and launched an investigation amid growing concern over minority safety. Christian community leaders have called for justice and stronger protections.
2 Christian children aged around 8 and 11 were injured on Sunday, July 27, 2025, after a mob attacked a religious prayer house during a Sunday school session in Padang Serai village, Kota Tengah district, Padang City, West Sumatra province of Indonesia. According to Christian Daily and other sources, a group armed with wooden sticks, stones and knives forced their way into the building at around 4 p.m. local time as police officers reportedly looked on. They allegedly shouted phrases like "dismiss it" and "Allahu Akbar," smashing windows and striking the victims. Video footage of the incident was widely shared on social media, prompting swift police action. Authorities confirmed the arrest of 9 suspects in connection with the assault, which caused both physical harm and property damage. Pastor F. Daci, representing the Anugera Faithful Christian Church Indonesia (GKSI), said the assault came without warning and disrupted a routine lesson held for children who do not receive faith-based instruction in public schools. He described the event as deeply disturbing. Local officials claimed the facility was not registered as a formal church, describing the incident as a misunderstanding. However, church leaders and rights groups condemned the violence, calling for legal accountability and urging the government to bolster protections for religious minorities nationwide.
In a shocking video released by Hamas, 2 Israeli hostages who are visibly malnourished can be seen pleading for their lives. Israeli officials accused Hamas of deliberately starving the hostages in order to propagate the false narrative that Israel has been halting aid to Gaza.
Western leaders have come forward to condemn the ill treatment of Israeli hostages, as shown in a video circulated by Hamas. UK Foreign Minister David Lammy called the video sickening and said the hostages must be released immediately. The horrific video, which was published on Thursday by the Islamic Jihad group, contains disturbing footage of a frail and visibly distressed Israeli hostage, Rom Braslavsky, crying on the floor. On Saturday, another video of a different hostage, Aviator David, was also released, in which the Braslavsky, who appears malnourished, is seen pleading for his release. Israeli officials expressed shock at Hamas's actions and accused the group of deliberately starving the remaining hostages to propagate the false narrative that Israel is blocking the delivery of goods to Gaza. After the videos were released, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke with the 2 hostage families, expressing profound shock and assuring them that efforts to return all hostages will continue constantly and relentlessly. On Sunday, Netanyahu spoke with the head of the Red Cross in the region, requesting immediate involvement in providing food and medical care to the hostages. Both David and Braslavsky were abducted from the Nova Music Festival on 7th October 2023 during the Hamas-led attack on southern Israel. Among the remaining hostages, 27 are believed to be dead.
On Sunday, Pope Leo XIV announced that the World Youth Day will take place in Seoul, South Korea from August 3rd to 8th, 2027. He noted that the upcoming edition will serve as a significant milestone in the faith journey of the younger generations. The chosen theme for the event is "Take Courage, I Have Overcome the World." On Sunday, August 3rd, Pope Leo XIV announced that the next World Youth Day will take place in Seoul, South Korea from August 3rd to 8th, 2027. The pontiff shared that after this jubilee, the pilgrimage of hope of young people continues and will take us to Asia. Referring to the World Youth Day in Portugal in 2023, he added, quote, "I renew the invitation that Pope Francis extended in Lisbon 2 years ago. This new edition of World Youth Day will mark an important stage in the faith journey of the new generations. The theme will be Take courage, I have overcome the world," end quote. After Pope Leo XIV announced the dates for World Youth Day 2027, the prefect of the Dicastery for the Laity, Family and Life invited bishops and youth ministry officers around the world to begin preparing for the global gathering. According to Dr. Gleason D. Paula Zuza, Secretary of the Dicastery, preparations for World Youth Day 2027 are already underway and moving swiftly toward the dates set by the Holy Father. Dr. Di Paula Zuza noted that the dicastery is working closely with local organizing committee in Seoul, along with bishops and young people from around the globe. He emphasized that the Korean church is welcoming participants as they unite to bear witness to how an encounter with Christ transforms life and gives them the strength to face the challenges of their time. While concluding the Angelus, the Holy Father tied the message of the Jubilee to the World Youth Day, saying, quote, "It is precisely the hope that dwells in our hearts that gives us the strength to proclaim the victory of the risen Christ over evil and death, and you, young pilgrims of hope, will be the witnesses of this to the ends of the earth. I look forward to seeing you in Seoul. Let us continue to dream together and to hope together," end quote. The 36th Youth Festival will be held in Medjugorje from August 4th to 8th, centered around the theme, "Let us go to the house of the Lord." More than 40,000 young people and 700 priests from across the globe come together for the spiritual retreat, which includes a week filled with prayer, lectures, testimonies, social activities, music, and various events designed for youth. The 36th Youth Festival will take place in Medjugorje from August 4th to 8th under the theme, "Let us go to the house of the Lord." This annual spiritual retreat is expected to once again draw tens of thousands of young people from around the world. The International Youth Festival is held annually in Medjugorje, Bosnia and Herzegovina, typically at the end of July or the beginning of August. Over 40,000 young people and 700 priests from all over the world gather here. This is a spiritual retreat featuring a week of prayer, lectures, testimonies, socializing, music, and various events aimed at young people. In addition, there are special events such as performances and candlelight processions. The festival begins on Monday, August 4th with a rosary, the official opening of the Youth Festival, Holy Mass, and adoration. In the days that follow, each morning features prayer, catechesis, testimonies, and Holy Mass. Evening programs vary each day with adorations, processions, performances, and more, lasting until around 10 or 11 p.m. In addition to the official program, an informal gathering will take place in front of the church each evening, lasting until around midnight. Small groups of pilgrims will come together to sing, dance, and play instruments, creating a joyful and spontaneous atmosphere. On the final day, August 8th, the pilgrims begin climbing the Cross Mountain at around 2 a.m. midnight. During the ascent, the rosary is prayed. In the early morning, Holy Mass is celebrated at the summit. The entire program will be broadcast through the official media channel Media Mir Medjugorje. This year's program will be available in the following languages: Croatian, English, Italian, French, Polish, Spanish, Russian, Hungarian, German, Portuguese, Korean, Arabic, and Chinese. That's all for today. Until we meet again, God bless and thank you.